Hello everyone, hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. No, I need to mute. Yeah, the sound is working, so that's all good. So Bear will start. Bear should start. If I don't do that, it's not done, so let's do it. So no troops, no pets, because we have castle battle tomorrow. Alright everyone, I'll catch up on chat in a sec. I just want to get, because that's kind of a last minute stream. I was not planning to go on tonight, but then I decided to, so let's do it properly. And what do I use for? Well, let's swap Hector, let's do it properly. Even if it does not really matter. Let's do it properly. Hello Dream Trader, hello Medical Conclusion. You can't find the Discord because it's not available yet. So tonight I'll take some time to work on it with you guys. So I was planning to kind of do that in my, in my own corner. But then I was like, maybe I can just do Bear and then I can select channels and do some of it that you guys care to see. And then so you can basically, see the information live. And so I was thinking it might be a good idea. Okay, so I miss Webster, that's not really good. Miss Urgurlu, so I miss... but I'm on Bear Trap too, that's why. I was like, I cannot click on the Bear Trap tonight. Oh, I miss Denis, so that's not a... Yeah, that sucks, that's a very bad start. So let's get to prior rallies and my best march to the prior rally, so I'll be able to get in to this better rally next time, basically. So let's do that. That's kind of not counting. I've lost the first wave anyway. So I'll show you a bit what I have on the Discord later, and then I'll start to keep updating it. I will try to progress on Sunday. I think I might do the Discord for 1,000 subscribers. I think it makes more sense. So if you guys want to help me with that and support me with that and get the word out and get some people, because the Discord will be in all languages with the translation bots, but my channel is not. But then if I reach 1,000 subscribers, I can actually activate AI translation on the channel, right? So then the channel is as well all languages. So which is matching Discord. So I think it could be very important to kind of help people out in the game, is to have access to content in any language. And you can get it from any content creator that is bigger than me, of course. You can get their, their guides on any language. They activated the AI translation from YouTube. But then, if you are here and care to get my guide, then you probably want people to get my guides. So I think that will be the deal to kind of, I really want to fast forward to 1,000 to make that happen. So Medical Conclusion, the link is not available, the Discord is not finished. It's actually like a third. It's, I did a 30% or 35% of it. So I'll do some more tonight with you guys live. I'll update a bit, we'll take some time to chat. I'm as well, looking a bit for feedback about how to structure the information there. And then I think I'll open it after 1,000 subscribers, so basically on the channel. So basically again, both YouTube and Discord will be translatable. Like Discord, there will be a bot that you will be able to translate anything to your language. I think the bot is covering 100 languages. And then they will be on YouTube when I reach 1,000. There should be AI translation for for most of the language as well. So that's the plan, that's the goal, that's the dream basically. That's my vision. So because I don't have the time to start a French sorry, a French YouTube channel for the French community. I don't have the time to translate my Discord in French. That's too much work. So I'd rather have, you know, for now, AI translation and bot translation on Discord, but to kind of spread the knowledge and everything like that. So that will be. So not much news on the prep phase. It's a chiller day for us, but we have 1 billion point ahead. We are 1 billion point ahead, so no surprise. So we'll fight for Dark Castle tomorrow. I'll try to stream the pre-castle time where it's, you know, when we are attacking cities and burning stuff. I'll try to stream that, but the most fun part for me, I find, to play, and I'm not sure I can stream it after that. I'll need to do some gardening and everything, so I'll be really joining and kind of being less available. So the sooner I get to 1,000, then the sooner I open the Discord. If it takes too long, I might open it if it's ready. But, you know, I would really like to have everything translatable, basically. Like the Discord can be turned into any language. YouTube can be turned into most language as well. I think that would be very, very good for everyone. So that's the game plan. So let's see. So if you want to share with your alliance, you know, if you have people that just want to subs as well, it would help a lot. I think it's either 1,000 or 1 million hour views. I need to see. I don't think I'm anywhere close to 1 million, you know, 1 million hour of views on the channel. I'm not sure. Let me actually check that. I don't really know how to look at analytics yet on Google, on YouTube. We have Farcad as well, so we have good rallies. I'll try to get some of the good ones. No, that was very slow. Okay, I managed to get some march in. I need to be focused. But the computer is slow, so, and you know, we don't have pets, so you can have a lot less people joining the rally as well. So overall, it's not really handy. So Farcad should pop up soon if he's on, if he's playing. I'm trying to look at, yes. I misclicked so many times. It's a miracle I could get in. Let's do that, and let's see how much point I did. So I used to be closer to 100 mil before the SVS, 100, 110. So now that's kind of my new damage with my own troops. So that's, you know, nice 30-40% gain of damage on bear. So I'm actually happy with that. Let's do Belgium chocolate. Oh, that's a full rally. There is already, and there is not much place. Sorry. Can I get an earlier rally? Yeah, that's good. Dream Trader, about the island, I don't think there is any guides. I think it's, you know, creativity, or maybe if you played like city building games. I did a lot in the past on my island. I'm not the best with that kind of stuff, but you know, I've been playing with city building games and designing sometimes, trying sometimes to design nice stuff. So I guess it's a bit of a personal process, but you can basically take inspiration from many of the people. I'm actually not sure. Maybe some people are making island building guide That could be a niche for Whiteout Survival. Maybe there is a niche of you, but that won't be me. That won't be me. To be totally honest, like that's not really my cup of tea, like they say. So it will be unlikely me that will be able to do good guides. The best islands are the practical ones, you know? Like you just put your buildings together. Now I did a proper island on my main. That's my farm. No, but not all the buildings are max, so you know it does not really matter. Does not really matter anymore. I'll get some marksmen in that rally, so it's full, but we have kind of a low participation. We don't have many rallies, it's hard to join them, but we have the big players, so that's really good. So can I see lifetime on YouTube? Lifetime. Okay, so I got 60k views so far. 645,000 impressions. So the amount of time the videos were shown to people. So that's a 6% click through. So that's not that good, but that's not what I want to know about. There is actually a lot of information on YouTube analytics. Let's do the overview lifetime. I don't know if you can see the amount of hour watched, because they say it's 1 million. After 1 million hour watch time, 11k hours. So we are nowhere near 1 million, so it's gonna be a lot faster to get 2,000 subscribers. Like 1 million times faster. So Daria is here, then we should have Ugerlu, which is a good rally as well. Let's try to get a few more. I don't know who it is. I'm curious to see Webster rally, because she pushed crazily the last few SVS and events. She really improved our gear and everything, so that's... And I'm giving her as well JC, so that should be good damage. I want to see that compared to Denise and compared to Farcad, because I think I managed to join all of them. Yeah, that's someone else. So what's your plan for the weekend, guys? What are you doing? Guys, girls, whoever's watching, what's your plan? You do Sunfire tomorrow, or go barbecue instead? Barbecue in real life or barbecue players of the other states? Which is your favorite one? So let's do Farcad. Oh, that was too slow. Maybe, oh, that's 10k infantry, so that's not really interesting. So let's do Belgium Chocolate and any other rally, and let's look a bit at damages. Can I do one more? No, maxed. So let's look at what the rallies are doing basically. So I don't know if you... So my rally, yeah, 160, so that's really good. That really clearly improved. That's Farcad and buff, so I do 500 mil, so that's a lot. 500 million, a million, whatever. Denise, I do 340. And where is Webster? Webster, I do, wow, she does as much as Farcad. Not for me though. So why not for me? That's a... I mean, they have T11 marksman, I don't. But that's a lot more damage. Maybe I did not at full capacity? Because that seems to be... I'm not sure why Ugurlu is doing more, basically. It's a bit weird to me. And are we doing? I think it's gonna be... maybe I'll go to 4.8 billion today. Yeah, you know, I joined most of the good rallies, so I'll go to 4.8. Hey, Starfinger, hello, hello. How are you? It's a ninja stream that was not planned. You just need the whales, you know. You just need the strong ones. The other one, they don't make a difference. That's a bit sad for bear. But there is really like, yeah. Sometimes you do 10 times more damage, right? On a good rally, so. I don't have any marches left. Oh, this one is coming back. This one is coming back. That's very good, Starfinger. That's really good. We are the same. We are 1 billion points ahead overall. Unless you made 1 billion extra today, so that was a big push then. But winning, you know, like we are a bit. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. We'll see. I'll really not be able to make a long stream tomorrow, but I'll try to stream an hour and a half. In the kind of middle of the day for me, right? When it's too hot to be outside and to work on stuff and... I don't know for you, but it's quite hot over here. The weather is like sunny, no clouds. And I'll look for the next week, but I don't really think that we have rain anytime soon. Yeah, the weekend is super hot. Next week is super hot. Monday is a bit chiller and we have a bit of storm, but that's really... That's okay, medical conclusion, but yeah, it sucks. That's in terms of ranking at the free-to-play. That's kind of what you can expect for every 3 months. It's top 10 nearly for sure, depend a bit on your the activity of your state always, right? Potentially top 5, luckily top 2 or 3 if you really, you know, top 1 if people do not push, but beyond that, it's really tough. It's really, really tough. I think I got first with when I was nearly free to play, like maybe 50 euro a month kind of spending. I was first, but that because the whales that were pushing were from my alliance and they did not. Yeah, I could get in. They you know, that just let me basically. They told me, yeah, you know, we can get the shards, we don't need it. That was kind of that situation, so yeah. No, we don't do top down. I just joined the best. Most people do that. We don't really have, you know, we are not a very, in many ways, we are not a very organized alliance when it comes to events compared to some alliances. Like we have a lot of free for all and, you know, kind of play the way you want, even for Foundry, even for Battle Phase. We did not really have the drive to like push things further, so you know, I'm okay with that as well. That's cool, you know. It's not always the most optimal, but it doesn't have, everything doesn't have to be optimized. It's a, you know, it's a like on a serious PC game, like it will be very weird to me. It's still a bit weird to me, to be honest, but you know, I'm kind of working to accept it. Like, you know, we play the way people like to play, and some alliances are very, very structured and very, very organized. I've been in, and everything is like clearly decided by Air Force, and like there are always some rules for every event and tactics and stuff. And some alliances are a bit more, wing it basically. We kind of know the basic of the game, we just play, and we are a bit more like that here. So no top down, but I join top down on my bear basically. On my farm. On my farm I do top down, I join everybody. I field the smaller rallies that are not filled. I could even fill them with infantry so people get a bit more points. I don't care too much about the damage. Any medical conclusion? Like it's really about the white world. You have been very patient. That's not many people can save 3 months. So people cannot save 2 weeks in this game. Like 2 weeks is far too much. So patience pays off. But I don't know how you feel about number 8. For me, it's like I wish people that save 3 months will rank higher. But like that's just the reality of spending in the game. That's really just the reality of spending in the game. Yeah, to like it seems that to structure the bear is of course giving more damage. I have no point of. I mean, I've played in alliance that do that. So I've played in alliances that did top down, and they did as well a split. 3 teams basically. They did one team that starts when the bear open, the second team that starts 1 minute after, and the third team that open 1 minute after. So because there are 3 teams, and the rallies are like 5 minutes plus walking time, so you kind of have ways of rallies all the time, right? Or it was 2 minutes even, maybe. I don't remember, but that worked very well. Actually, we used to do a lot of damage, but that was earlier days. That were like Gen 2 and 3. It was with one bear trap, with a lot more people participating, so it was a different context. So I don't really know. I've shared some video with with some people in the alliance, and nobody kind of picked it to do it differently. I don't want to carry everything as well. The information is out there if people want to know about it. I don't think it changed that much at the end of the day. It's 1 essence stones every 2 days per person. Sometimes it's not nothing, but it's not like game changing as well. Basically, if you have like 200 essence stone plus per year because your bear trap is more optimized for yourself, it's not gonna change much. It's gonna be 2 levels on a piece of gear. For me, like these team things are harder to put in place. Like I've seen, I'd say 2/3 of the alliance I've been in, it's kind of not always easy to put these things in place. You need a leadership that really wants to go there, basically. So I'm nearly there, but I need to join 1 or 2 more big rallies to do 1,000,000 points. So if I join Webster or if I join Farcat, that will be good enough. Let's go. No, I could not. So let's see, because I joined Denise earlier. That was 300 mil. So I'm not in Farcad's rally, so I kind of need to join his rally this time. I cannot really. If I miss his rally, I might not make it. So let's do. What do I have left? I have Jesse. I really need one of the big ones to be sure to get there. Good job on the first legendary piece, which was was like hero gear or chief gear? I assume it's hero gear, but because it's you did not mention. But that's that's really, I think they start to really make a difference. You get a lot more stats on these PCs if you get them, so that's really good. Okay, so I got one big rally. I'll start mine, and I'll see. Okay. I was in Farkad's rally, so I'm good. I'm good. I've done my damage. I'll get my 4 point hero gear. Yeah, they are really good. Mithril is really but you slowly get there. You slowly get there. Like like my farm is free to play. I got 40 mithril. I take arena plus I take the labyrinth. It's 2 a week more or less. It's gonna be 100 per year. It's not a lot, but like you can do level 20, or you can put your gear. Yeah, you can put because for 10 you can go to 39. So you can do quite a bit, right, with 100 a year. You can do 2 piece to 59, 2 piece to all the pieces to 39. That's already, of course, if you compare to well, it's nothing outstanding, but I think it's okay overall. I think it's really okay. It depends a bit of what you focus on. Often that will be the other piece for infantry. So you did the gloves, so that will be the boots to get health, right? Or it will be marksman lethality, right? So it will be heads. No, it's not boots, it's belt, right? Yeah, it's belt. So you will basically want to have these ones first, very likely, but these two as well are a good choice for marksman. If you do want to do more damage on bear for yourself and other, then lethality is a lot better than health. Health is more useful if you kind of care about your solo marches for whichever event, basically. Wherever you have solo marches and then you play them, that kind of stuff, right? If you care not that much about, if you don't call rallies in Foundry, if you don't care that much about your marches in Canyon, because it's gonna be quite similar, to be honest. If you like I've seen people really focusing on it's very rare, but you might see that in Foundry sometimes. If you look at the reports, like people that really focus, like they are usually secondary. They are not the second rally leader of the alliance, but they are like kind of maybe like me. They are 5 or 6, and I'm not really rally leader, but I could make some rallies, and they will really focus on marksmen a lot, to do a lot of damage for bear, a lot of damage to, and that works. To be honest, that works decently as well. It's just pushing for lancers that will probably not push. So it's really personal choice. If you care to do more damage on bear, then that will make a lot of sense as well to do it. So both for me are decent choice, and again, like as long as you don't mess up the piece you increase. So as long as you increase, gloves and belt on infantry, and you improve boots and head on marksman and lancers, you cannot really make a mistake, right? You don't, like, the rest is very, very small, a very, very small difference. Like for me, I upgraded quite a bit of how can I see? I did not actually really did a before and after kind of rally after SVS. But if you look at my stats, that was not too long ago. That was when? Yeah, that was a week ago. So we'll do a rally. We'll do a bear rally after with my main heroes, my main march, and we'll compare the stats, right? We'll compare the stats before and after. And then we'll do some Discord stuff. So curious to see exactly what was the increase of stat without buff. So you know, with buff it will be even better. But I don't think I had buff that time. I don't think I had any. Sorry, that's not the right one. Any buffs? Yeah, just had the lethality from the widget, right? So that's the only thing I had. So that was my last rally. So today I did. Yeah. That's my new damage. So basically Hector is a lot better than Edis, for sure. And we knew that from the skills, but it turns out to be true. It's really true. Hector is really a lot better than Edis. Mia is a lot better than René. That's for sure as well. We knew that. That's not a surprise, but that's giving me decent damage. I used to be not such a good, you know, bear damage, but with a tiny bit of change, it's getting really decent. So that's our main march. So let's do a rally on Polar Terror level 7. Let's do, you know, whatever for troops. We don't care anyway. And how we did for damage. Yeah, people, you know, we start to do a lot more, right? But I've stolen one good rally I shouldn't have. Not from my testing. Or it was too close. So I don't bother, to be honest. But some people tested it, and for them they had 10% more damages, so I might need to test again. Which would be, you know, I like to optimize, but sometimes I'm lazy as well. So I could try again Flint, but I did a full bear session on Hector, a full bear session on Flint. I compared properly reports based on joiners and stuff. And for me, it looked the same that day. So, but that you know, Flint is known to have two skill damage, right? So that one damage up 40%, 20% chance of setting the target on fire, dealing 30% for 3 turns. You know, that's 40% damage plus 25% attack up on all troops, right? So the question, is that better than which one is like so that damage reduction on all troops, so we don't care. Then he does damage up, but in a weird way, right? Hectors excel at raiding on fortified position with well-coordinated marksmen, increase infantry damage dealt by 200%. So, but on bear, you know, you have 10%, 20% infantry. They don't do that much damage, and marksmen do 50%. The effect decreased by 80% with each attack, and it's removed after the first. So that's basically a burst, right? You're basically bursting, doing a lot of damage the first time, and then every time the troops are doing damage, you do less. So that's decent for bear, because bear is, we don't know how many turns and stuff, but it's a very brief fight. So that you know, that's gonna do a lot of damage. And then damage up, 25% of dealing 200% damage. So it depends. I guess Flint might be a bit more spiky because of this skill, right? Sorry, Hector. Because that's 25% of dealing a lot of damage. So if you get a bit lucky on that, then maybe you do a lot of damage. So, but to be honest, it does not feel there is a huge difference. In my little testing I've done, I did not do extensive testing as well. So let's compare. That looks a lot better. That really looks a lot better. So let's compare a bit. Then we'll go on Discord and we'll update Discord a bit, and you know, I'll do questions as well at the same time. Happy to talk to you guys. That's why I came online anyway. Else I would have stayed in my, you know, bat cave or something. So same heroes. A bit more widget, a bit more of everything, because, you know, I upgraded a lot, but that used to be, so I earned 20, again 20 infantry attack, so that was from basically pets. Then I gained 55 defense, so a bit of pets and a bit of hero gear. Then lethality, that's an extra 50%, so that's probably a raw gear kind of stuff. But health, it's 55% as well on infantry health, so that's a lot better. Attack, it's a 66% for lancers. Defense is 40-ish gained. That's 50. That's 80% gain. So yeah, it's all between 50 to 80% gain on all troops. And let's see, just marksman, maybe it's a bit more. Well, marksman needs a lot because I improve my my Bradley from 3 stars to 5 stars, right? So I max Bradley, so that was a bit lower than usual. But now I have 1358 and 1309. So that's a lot of upgrades. And in terms of lethality, that's what I wanted to increase the most. That's what I cared to focus on the most during this prep phase is marksman lethality, and I gain over 162. I gain 162% here, and 100% of health. So that's 3 months of saving. That's 50 to 80 on all stats in average, and then 150 on what I focused on. So it's far from wailing up. It's far from wailing up, but that's how much I can do basically. So let me catch up. Yeah, of course. I mean, if he's putting, like, his point of the video was to compare with logs. So maybe I need to redo my test, or I don't know. Maybe I had, I was not aware. I don't know, but for me it was very, very similar. Too close to say one was. Because I've seen the video. Like I've been watching, probably half, nearly all, not half, but all the videos Shield Gaming did as soon as there are guides, proper guides. Like when people do. Even for any other content creator, right? When they do more fun stuff, I'm not always watching. I prefer to watch like a long format interview, like 2 or 3 hours, something interesting on whatever topic. But I watched it, and in the video, of course, he displayed that it was better, so that's why I tested it, and for me it was the same. So I was like, I'm not gonna bother swapping heroes for it, but I could retry, because I think the issue as well for me could have been that my rallies were not doing that much damage at the time, because I was not using Mia, and when I did the test I was a lot weaker. So if Flint is doing 10% more damage and you do 50 million rally, it's gonna be 15 versus 55, and based on your luck on the test it will be very close. But now I'm doing 150 million damage. So 10% of that will be 165, right? So it will be easier to spot. The more damage you do when it's a percentage of different, the easier it is to spot. So that's definitely something I could test, especially because like even smaller player in the Alliance found that Flint is doing a bit more for them. So the Discord Starfinger will be online at 1,000 subscribers. I think I'll go with that. So if you guys want to help me, share a bit. The rezoning, the idea behind it is like the Discord have a bot to do translation, and if I reach 1,000 on YouTube, I can somehow apply for partnership, and I can somehow then activate AI translation of all the contents. And because I know the French community needs some guides and help as well. I mean, they have been asking me, at least. I don't know if they need, but they have been asking me a lot to do content in French, which I don't have time for, and I won't have more time this summer. I will actually have a lot less time this summer. So I cannot start a project to start a second channel, for example, anytime soon. So I will really wish the channel to be 1,000 subs. So if you guys can help me, with sharing, with just subscribing if you are watching without being subscribed. We are 350 away, so that could be quite quick, a couple of weeks or something. So I'll try to push for that, see if it's moving the needle. So both the channel and Discord will be everyone will be able to translate in their language, and that could be used in any alliance, in any context, in any language, and that will, I think, make a lot of sense to me. I'm not sure if I'm a baby. Yeah, there are like different small fishes, dolphin, whales, kraken, big whales, like there are different kind of level. I think right now I'm more fish, small fish. If you look at on my state is decent, but it's not a very competitive state when it comes to power. if you start to look at hero power, you know, I'm 500. I'm 500 and it's just the nearby state. So I think our cluster is like 30 or 40 states. So out of 30 or 40 states, I'm 500. You know, of course, if you look at all states, because you know that makes less sense, but I'm like 50,000 Whiteout Survival player. So it's not too bad, but you know, it's not like. So yeah, maybe pets I do a bit better. Yeah, I'm half better in pets. Prosperity, I'm 500. You know, labyrinth, I'm 500. So yeah, I'm not really doing anything crazy here. So I don't think I would not consider myself a whale. We just got flinch in our state. My question is, going to defend another player, what are the best heroes to use for this? So you mean in Gen 2? Like, I'm not sure about the question, not so. So what do you want to defend with? Is like a rally? Is like a, you know, give me a bit more details. So yeah, Starfinger, that's what I've seen as a free-to-play. Like when I restarted as free-to-play will be lying, will be low spender. Was 20 euros, 30 euros per month when I started to really start this city again. The average was 20-30 euros for the first 6 months, maybe a tiny bit more the first few months to help to rush to Furnace 30, then nearly nothing. I was 60-70 in my state, not a very competitive state, right? But a decent state. It was not a bad state either. I was 60. Then I transferred 150 states, 200 states, so people that were, you know, 2 months younger than me, and then I was top 15 basically with the same level of spending. That's why, you know, my plan was to transfer when I started, and if I was not like strong enough to be able to do something in Foundry, to be able to, you know, sometime host a rally for the team, like my plan was to transfer, which I did, and that really helped to kind of you know, your account is 2 months older, so 2 more months of Fire Crystal for free, 2 more months of research speed up, 2 more months of Essence Stone for bear. Like if you do all the events, that's not compensating a spender at all. But compared to a low spender, for example, I'll beat low spenders with a city 2 months older than them. Especially on the first 6 months, it's a lot, right? It's really a lot. Now, you know, we are playing for a year and a half, 2 months more or less. You know, it's a lot of Fire Crystal and stuff, but it's not as big, right? Basically, in comparison. So yeah, not so. If you can just give me a bit more context on your question. So if you are top 80 and you are, you know, either free to play or very low spender, that's totally fair. It depends a bit on your state. If you're on a mega state, then, you know, of course, it's a bit harder, right? So let's go. What should I do? What do I do? Why is it not working? Let me restart it. I want to bring up Discord, but I cannot. So let me restart it fully. I mean, for you, not so. At that stage of the game, it might just be your best heroes. The answer might just be your best heroes. But it depends a bit on what you have available, right? Because Natalia or Geronimo could be good if you have them, but, you know, if you don't have them, then your best choice, you know, versus your choice will be basically Sergei versus Flint. So if they are both 4+ stars, plus on top of that you have a few widget level, then Flint is very, very likely to be better. Because it will have more stats, it will have more skills. You know, heroes that are purple only got 2 skills, the other one got 3. So if you are the garrison leader, or if you're in your city, flint is likely to be better, right? Then it depends a bit for the rest, right? Like for marksmen, often people use Baiti, because Baiti got damage reduction, which is very good, and damage up, which is very good as well. But if you maxed Alonso, and you know, same, Alonso is 4+ stars, plus you have a few widgets level, then Alonso will be of course a lot better than Baiti, even if he's a bit less defensive, because he has stun chance. I mean, he has damage reduction as well, damage up, plus a stun chance. So that, you know, I don't really know how to work the stun, to be honest, in that game. I don't know if any of you looked into it. I actually did not. That's something I am actually clueless about. And I don't remember anyone talking about stun in the game in every guide and video I've ever watched over the last 1.5 years. So I don't even know if someone knows how the stuns are, how the stun is working, to be honest. I've never seen it anywhere, that I remember. So that's for infantry and marksmen and lancers, you know. Philly is good if you have Philly. You know, she's a decent defensor for hero. Attack up, defend tough. She does both very well. Damage up eventually, you know, stun chance as well, so who knows, but you know, Molly is really good as well, so it depends a bit on what you have, but that's things I would consider. Patrick would not be, as a garrison leader, would not be as good, right? But you know, Elsep damage up, if your Molly is weak, if you don't have Philly, you know, Patrick could be a decent choice as well, right? Or Jessie, you know, she does damage down and damage ups as well, right? They mostly do that for the purple one, so. Yeah, but many people don't know how to do exploration yet. When doing 1v1, does the hero type sequence matter? For example, infantry lancers. As long it does not matter as long as the so I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. My guess will be if the game is properly coded and properly, like if it's working as intended, it does not matter. From one of my previous alliance, one dude, and don't know if he may be on today, Arrow did some testing, and if I recall well, on Alliance Championship, for example, for us, he looked at, you know, many player situation, you know, and how it works, and it was working better if the infantry hero is first, and if the captain. So in Alliance Championship for his own, and I've never seen it anywhere else, so I don't know if it's accurate. I did not test it myself, but I know he was clearly asking for that, and we were kicking ass in Alliance Championship, and that's the person that taught me everything I know about Alliance Championship. So it felt at least that it could have an impact in that very specific situation. But other than that, I'm not aware of anything, or I don't know. Like there is no... Like, let me just send my march for farming maybe, and we look at the captain and everything, but there is nothing in the game that tells you that is making a difference, right? So it should not, and that will be weird, right? That your first hero matters more. Usually you just, there will be something about it, right, in the game telling you. But if you look at, you know, if you do 30 level beast, I go for it. Okay, he's the captain, so you have the little flag. Battle bonus, there is nothing. Troop power is just a detail of what you have. Or you have actually the unspeed, right? So let's see how much. I actually never looked at that for a long time. Yeah, so it's just a plain 100% more. Okay. But there is nothing telling you anything about it, right? And I don't think it changes anything. But for example, in Alliance Championship, that R4 was, you know, put a lot of effort in trying to understand it, and for him it was making a difference. So I cannot swear it does not. Anupan, hello man. Out of both lethality gear from, I guess it's marksman, MM. What should I assign to? Just confirm it's marksman. Unless it's like some kind of mythic gear thing, but I don't know. I don't think so. So it does not matter, basically, for the 2020 plus, because they are both giving you the same stats. what could matter is if you go to the next level, right? So you want, let me show you on my main. Just let me do that very quick so I don't have to come back here for 2 hours or so. I'll just do that. I'll show you on my main. But you probably know that already. But some PCs are giving attack at level 20. Some PCs are giving level defense. So sorry. So then I take back my answer. It matters. You want the one with attack. I forgot it was at level 20 somehow. But no, it actually matters. So let's look at it to be crystal clear and not say anything stupid. So I think you get, I forgot which side, but it's kind of the same on all of them. If you look at marksman, if you look at gear, if you look at lethality, so head and boots, on the right side you get defense. So on gloves and boots you get defense on level 20, and on left side you get offense on boots. So that's the one you will want to do first, right? The one that gives you on top of lethality, that wants to give you attack for marksman. For infantry, that will be the other way around, right? You will want to do the right side first for your infantry. So you will want to do your glove first because you get 20% defense on top of the extra health. And for lancers, you want the lethality and the attack. So you will do left on the first. So I hope it answers your question. Let me know if that's not what you meant. So head first because you get the attack. So I have a really big problem is my OBS don't want to show you Discord. And that's what the whole point of the evening is, to show you Discord. I restarted Discord. I don't want to cut the stream, so I need to see if I can source. I have to call it Discord too. Ah, yes. Yes, that's working. So that's, let's do below the webcam. So let me sort it out. So that's me popping in. Let's do below whiteout, and let's do whiteout. Let's get rid of whiteout. Why it won't move? So my OBS tonight is not really compliant. That's what you meant. Okay, cool. That's really the part where you start to be in the red gear, is you have to check these, right? And what you want. And often you don't care about exploration. You care about the 20, 60, 100, right? So you have a few options. Some people are chasing these and they upgrade, you know. So that's why, for example, I've done my gloves. So but for me, the next milestone for my gloves is level 100, the next very interesting one, except just more lethality, right? More health, basically. But that's why I've done my belt to level 60. So I get this 30% defense. And because I unlock level 60, I went to 79. But my belt is not going to move for a very long time anymore, because the next one is attack up on infantry for exploration, which I don't care about. And then it's attack infantry for expedition, which I don't care about. So that's not going to move. But that's going to move a lot, because if I want to get there, right? And that's the same here. I did my boots first instead of my helmets, because while that gives lethality, which I don't care a lot, then I get 20%. I get 20% defense from here, right? And then if I do one of these later, then I'll do this one to 40 to get, you know, defense. And you can also alternate and manage your mithril and your essence stone and everything like that. That's my real life friends trolling me because they watch the stream. Hey guys. I'm like, you know, WhatsApp, I'm receiving vocal message and stuff. So yeah, so that's probably some real life friend trolling. So what do I like? It really depends on how you see it, but for me, like so that's the Discord that's gonna open 1,000 subscribers hopefully. So guys, subscribe, you know, share the stream, just share the channel. So the thing I want to go through is like, let me expand everything, right? So that's my intention with that freaking Discord thing, right? Is to cover every freaking thing in the game. So it's gonna be more up to date than the wiki, basically. It's gonna be, yeah, and it's not gonna be only by me. I'll read resources of whatever is made, wherever it is made, and give people credit for their work. So I'm not trying to steal anyone's work, but I really want to have one place and something I want. So I want to have some explanation, basically. So let's look at the state timeline. So that's my own version of the state timeline. I made that document, that Excel document. You basically copy that. You open that link. You get that document that is empty. You fill the blue, the yellow cells. So the yellow cell is you just go in game. You just go to your monument. You just scroll at the top. You look at that, right? And you put that number in here, right? That date in here, and that's gonna update the document for you. So that's my version of it. I put, what you won't find on some of the other ones. So when you are eligible for state transfer, for example, roughly, that's a vague estimation, but it seems to be the first state transfer seems to be around Gen 3. State merger, there seems to be around Gen 8, maybe late 6 sometimes, but they seems to be around here. So that's what I've been adding. So that's my own stuff. So I'll promote it as well. But then you have the infographic from the official Discord that was made by Ra. So I try to give that dude credit because he made the infographic. The issue I have with this one is like it's so hard to read. It's so small. You have to download it. You have to zoom in. It's not good on your screen. So for me, I would want to have it like 2 or 3 times wider and with different columns. I don't know. But that's good for mobile phone, for example. If you're on your mobile phone, that's actually good. On my computer, it's a pain in the ass, but on my mobile phone, it's good. And you have that dude, PCB, that does this thing for timeline of a state. So you can see the state's number on the left, and you can see how things are cascading, right? So at the bottom, you have Gen 1, or the older stuff, and at the top, you have the newer stuff. So you can see that Gen 12, that's Fire Crystal 10. When you see the 10, it's a bit small, but that's Fire Crystal 10 Gen 12, right? So that was the first time it got available. I think it was on the 12th of May, something like that. And you can see that Gen 12 will arrive on the 9th of June to states from now it's empty, so it's not gonna go anywhere because they merged states, so it's not happening anymore. But then the next cluster of states are working in cluster always. There is always like 5, 10, 20, 50 states together, and they all get Fire Crystal together, and they all get new generations together. So these guys have been tracking everything going on for many, many weeks. So they can basically predict exactly when things will be eligible on your state. But they don't track everything. They mostly track heroes generation, and they track Fire Crystal buildings level, right? So you're not gonna have all the details. But if you access that document or that spreadsheet, you kind of know. If you look at the date for us, we are right here. We are 9:48, so we are on this line. So if I follow this line, we know that there is a change here. It's from Fire Crystal 8 to Fire Crystal 10. So that means that we have Fire Crystal 10 on the 7th of July. Is that will be always true? No, because it's made by the player. It's not made by the developer. So it could be off. The developer could change something, right? But then we know that very likely in 2 weeks we're gonna get Fire Crystal 10. So that means that for next SVS we can push towards Fire Crystal 9 and Fire Crystal 10. So I'll push for Fire Crystal 9 in my example. And you see, and you follow our line, you see that Gen 8 is 18th of August. So you have a very good idea of when things will arrive on your states, and you see they cover up to 2,500 states, right? So states that are in Gen 3, they don't cover states that are out of Gen 3. So that's 3 ways to think about your timeline and what's gonna happen in your state. So that's the kind of thing I'd like to provide to you guys on Discord, is whatever I've done myself, but whatever I find is useful. Either it could be from, you know, whichever content creator with a link to their video, to their channels, whatever. It's not, again, not trying to steal anything, but all of these I find interesting. All of these I find really interesting. I mean, Anupan, are you a spender? If you are not a spender, it's gonna be 5, 4, 6, maybe 8 tickets if you are really good free to play and you really pushed it to the extreme and you follow the good guides and stuff. If you are a whale, it could go up to 50 tickets, right? So it's highly depending. It depends a bit on how, you know, when it happens as well for you, right? In the regeneration of heroes. So that could be roughly, but it depending on why you're above the cap, right? If you're above the cap because you have a lot of troops, that do not impact the amount of ticket. The amount of ticket is mostly impacted by, you know, the level of your charm, the level of your chief gear, the level of your essence stone. So, you know, let's say, I don't know, like if you are a big spender and if you spend more than 1,000 euro a month, it's probably 20, 30, 40 tickets. If you spend a few hundreds, it might still be in the 15, 20 tickets, right? So, you know, you want to buy the ones from your, let me check. I mean, send me a report as well if you want to, but it's hard to predict, but, you know, that's depending on your level of spending. Is that you, or are you, which one are you? You are Raja, right? Raj, I guess. And what the transfer cap for you? Yeah. It might be, you know, I'd say 15 to 25 tickets. But I'm not sure. It depends a bit, right? So, and you know, like if you care to transfer, like basically these, you can buy them here, I guess you know that. But here they cost, you know, they reset every 14 days. So, you know, if you need many, you kind of need to anticipate, or you need to basically buy them every week. But my suggestion, whether you plan or not to move, buy them every week from here, no matter what. Like the power cap for you, it's not gonna be an issue, right? You kill 3 million worth of troops, that sucks, but that does not really matter. I don't think you will get a special invite for 3 million troops. It's very little, especially if you're a medium spender. You know, you spend, I don't know, you know, you spend like 20 euro, 40 euro, and you know, you get back your troops, and that's okay. So you probably not get a special invite unless you have a lot in your bags, and you know, you're gonna push very hard today, but I guess you push for SVS already, so that should be safe. So you might need to kill a tiny bit of troops, or you will kill them tomorrow during SVS when you burn the other states, right? But I don't know, maybe 10, maybe 15, and if you are really strong, and if you bought a lot of chief gear and, you know, hero charms and stuff, maybe 15, maybe 20, 25. That will be kind of my range, but it's really hard to. Cause at the time I was your power and level, I was very, very low spender. I was like 20 euro per month. So, you know, mine was between 5 and 8. Depending if I use everything in my bags, depending a bit on the timing of the transfer. So yeah, so it's a bit hard to tell. So let's do VIP together. So that's something I wanted to do. But I can pick any of these that is not done that you want me to do. We can do that together. You know, if there is anything you see, you're like, oh, I wish to know about that, or do you have a guide about that, or whatever. So that's kind of the plan for tonight, plus, you know, chatting with you guys. So if you're not interested, that I understand. If you have questions, that's cool as well. I can answer. I might not work much on the Discord. And if there is anything special you want me to do, then, you know, we can just go in it, right, basically. Yeah, if you plan to transfer, it's far better to keep it in your bags, right? Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, if you want to move, that's really fair enough, and that will be one of my main suggestions. Is like if you know you want to transfer, just keep everything in your bags. That's gonna make your life so much easier. Oh, they are visible? Yeah, I mean, that's decent, but that's not crazy. So yeah, they might not charge you too much in terms of transfers. Like I'm sure other players are kind of weaker at that level, but like it's not like you probably did not spend a shit ton of money, right? You didn't spend 5,000 on your charms and on your gear basically, so that should be. I don't know for the rest, but it feels to me that maybe more 10 or 15, But you will know. But you cannot do anything about the amount of passes, right? Because the amount of passes do not depend on power, do not depend on troops at least, Someone is concerned in your state. Hope you guys are safe. Just checking quickly if there is anything really important there. Depends. You need two basically. So usually use Zinman and Baiti. But if you have Baiti close to max and you have Dinman close to max, often Baiti will be better. Dinman, in Gen 1 is not terrible. It's very bad in Arena. But now they gave him that skill, right? Oh no, the Arena is this one, sorry. But these are not very good as well. Baiti is good. Why he is good, right, in Arena? Because he got good skill. He got a lot of damage. He got a lot of attack speeds. And he basically has a lot of damage. But you usually want two marksmen. And if you compare stats of that's Arena, right? So let's pick, escort health 740, hero defense 2220. If you compare to Gina, because most people use Gina. It's actually the same. Oh, let me check. That she's only weaker for the stats of expedition. I thought I remember she was weaker, but then she's weaker. What's her life? Is it the same? Okay, for Arena, she's the same, Gina. So if you have Gina max, she's actually decent because she has some. Does she has AoE damage? No, she does not. Because these I don't. Yeah, she has a bit. But yeah, like Gen 1 is really not amazing for I don't remember from the top of my head, but for me I use mostly Gina and Baiti because they were ahead of Zinman a lot, and that was okay. That was really okay. Wales were using Baiti, that I remember, but it was 5-star plus widgets, right? Not Baiti. Zinman could make the difference with the widget as well, right? But he increased a lot of damage, right? So he does a lot of more damage than and widgets are giving you extra stats, right? Health, escort health, hero health. So that's, if you have 5, 6, 10 level of widget, then it's a very different story. But I think for me, I use Baiti and Gina because Gina was so much ahead in terms of shards. She was stronger anyhow. And then I poured a lot because I put basically my JC to 4 stars, my Sergei to 4 stars, right? My Patrick, sorry, to 4 stars for the skills. And then I poured every shards to Baiti because I used him for solo marches, for like foundry and stuff. So all my general purple shard, they went to Baiti. Yeah, I find her quite good in arena, to be honest. If I remember, Gina was actually very, very okay in arena. And if you do the Gina's Revenge event a lot, and you do it well, basically, you can get a lot of shards and get her very soon to Gen 4. Properly. So yeah, it depends a bit of your. If they are all the same amount of shard, then you can test what you prefer with the rest. But because you have some options, right? I forgot what people play when they play Patrick. Because some people play Molly, Patrick, and what is the third one they play for Lancer in Gen 1? They play Molly, Patrick, and maybe that's it. Maybe it's only 2 Lancer Gen 1. And then they're adding Philly Gen 3, right? And you have a three Lancer that's working quite well. Then you have one marksman, one infantry, and I forgot actually which one they are using for infantry in that case. Thank you, me too. That's one part I wanted to say. Flint Sergei is good Gen 2, that's okay. I mean, Flint is like, because he is healing himself, he's gonna die quite quick, but he's tanky. I mean, then if you have Natalia and Geronimo, it's another story in Gen 1, right? It's a very different lineup, but most people won't. It's Gen 3 and you still use Look at Me, yeah. That could be, right? If you don't have Alonso, if you don't have Greg, or if you have only one of them, then you could use Gina on top, right? She's very good, but you will definitely... Arena is often all about AoE damage. So if you look at the left side and you see AoE is area of effect, right? If you see area of effect, then you try it in Arena and often it works. And why Alonso is a beast in Arena, if you look at Alonso, is... You look at skill, area of effect. You look at skill, area of effect damage up. That's not. And if you look at the widget, blah blah blah. Oh no, it's only healing. I thought it was the area of effect as well, but it's a heal, right? So he has 2 area of effect damage. That's basically it. And on top of that, there are good skills, right? But that's often as simple as that. You just look at the left side and it's like area of effect. Okay, I'm gonna try in Arena. Often it works well. And that's basically as well what people make guides and suggestions on. It's basically area of effect. So that's as simple as that. AOE, if you're a gamer, like a PC gamer. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, does it help? Yeah. And that's, I mean, for me, arena, often you just have to look at the people that are kicking your butts, right? You look at stronger player and what they do, but that's really all a question. Like, people say Gwen is good in arena. Why is Gwen good in arena? Area of effect damage up, and it's a decent percentage plus her skill. She's degree the target attack speed a lot, so you know if she's hitting like the other marksman hero, it does a lot less damage for 2 secs. So, and then you know damage up, she does a lot more damage with a chance of doubling damage. So you could be lucky and she could one shot someone, or you know really damage someone, and damage up again. So it's all damage with a good area of effect damage. If you look at Gen 7. Bradley is a freaking monster, and I tried to show you that guy this week with either the labyrinth and the exploration level I've done. Like labyrinth, I done plus 25 level on a level that is using the hero just by having Bradley from 3 stars to maxed out in terms of stars. I did not increase chief gear at the time. I did not increase widget. I just took Bradley from 3 stars to 5 stars, and it was the first. It was basically the first. No, that I can collect. It was the first level of the labyrinth, so that was Tuesday. That was plus 25 level, and there are 3 marches involved, right? So there are 9 heroes involved. Out of 9 heroes, I just increased Bradley from 3 stars to 5 stars, and I got 25 more levels, which is insane. At the level I'm at, you get stuck, you know. I use so many things on on research, on charms, on chief gear, and I did 2 or 3 levels more for using 3 months of saving plus spending a bit of money. Bradley is 25 level just on his own. And why Bradley is a monster? If you look at the skill, damage up, area of effect, huge one. It's like nuclear strike. It's like damage up again, area of effect again. Plus it's creating, dealing more damage, whatever. Then again, attack up, right? So everything is doing damage. They are good skills. They have good area of effect. He has 2 areas of effect skills. And I forgot the widgets, but the widgets just increase attack speed, right? So he just kicks ass. So just a lot more damage. He attacks fast and he blasts big zone, you know, area of effect damage, and that's it. That's all you need. That's because, you know, like there is the main hero and the squad, the escort with them, and these are the ones that are annoying. So if Bradley is shooting and killing 10 escorts, you're good. You're basically good. So that's kind of how it helps. I think that's something people should know, the cost of getting VIP level and globe skin. I think people don't realize when they start the game, but roughly VIP 12 in the first 2 months is roughly $20,000 spent on an account. If you do that in 1, 2, 3 months, maybe 3 months it starts to be a bit less already, but that's first few months. I put less than 3 months. That's calculation I've done a long time ago, so I'm not gonna do them again. But you know, actually, I'll do some again. I'll do some again with you guys. VIP points. From level 1 to level from VIP 1 to VIP 9, from VIP 1 to VIP 11. Let's calculate all of that. I have most of it in my head already because I did that a long time ago, and That's kind of a reminder. I kind of nearly remember them from the top of my head. So let's do some math very quick. So it's 2.5 thousand. So let me show you the calculator. So 2.5 thousand plus 5,000 plus 12.5 thousand plus 30,000 plus 40,000. So these levels are kind of easy, right? They are going quite quickly. Plus 60,000 plus 100,000. So that's what it takes to get from VIP 1 to VIP 9, right? VIP points. So then if you want to go from 9 to 11, you add another 350. So see, like it costs more to go from VIP 9 to VIP 10 than to go from VIP 1 to VIP 9, right? So that's why I suggest free-to-play are going to VIP 9, because it's a lot. You get 1 or 2 SSR shard daily. You get 1, I think, and it's quite quick. Then it starts to really slow down, right? So that's VIP 10, and VIP 11 is 1.2 million. No, that's, let me 1 sec. What did I do? I just added. So yeah, I need to add that. So that's 1.2 million. And I feel I made a mistake, so I need to double check basically. I need to double check that I did not make a mistake. That's unlocking VIP 11 and VIP 11 in that. Okay, so I'm missing something. So VIP 9 is actually, and that's 2.4. And then that's plus 1,200,000. So that's to unlock VIP 11, and then so VIP 11 is halfway to VIP 12, because to unlock VIP 12 you need 2.4 million, right? So that's 4.8 million. So if you look at Discord, that's 4.8 million. And if you cost in packs of $5 if, so let's do that below. Let's do that. If you do not reinvest the gems into VIP points, and packs of $5 are the best ones, right? To get, so a packs of $5 is giving 2,500 VIP points, so you need 240 packs. VIP points equal 240 packs times $5. 240 times 5. That's just $1,200 to get to VIP 9 if you don't reinvest gems and you don't use any gems. Then that's gonna be VIP points. That's gonna be that times 4, right? So 240 times 4. That's gonna be 960 packs times $5. Equal times 4. So that's 4,000. That's nearly $5,000. Again, if you don't, don't use any gems at all, and the VIP so that's actually, with packs of $5 it's actually a lot cheaper than I put. So I'll change my estimation. So that's that amount of packs, so 1,200 packs, $5. and you get an idea about how much it's gonna cost. It's gonna cost that amount of money, right? But you never basically buy $5 packs. You have a huge diminishing return. So that will be a super cheap way to get to VIP 12. I just need to make sure that everything is correct. So that's the amount of gems, so that's the amount of packs, times 5, so that's the amount of money. So I'll actually reevaluate that tiny bit slower, so let's... That's a bit more conservative. That's a bit more less, I'd say, daunting. Do not and reinvest all the gems from the pack only. And then it's quite easy because it's divided, sorry, 600,000. So that's, you know, that's gonna take a while to do that kind of stuff everywhere. That's gonna be 160 pack times 5. That's gonna be 800 pack. No, 800 euros, sorry. So it's basically 2/3, right? So we're gonna basically remove 2/3. So that's gonna be that's times 4, so 160 times I'm going too quick, times 4, it's 640 packs, and that's 800 times 4, that's 36, right? And that's 7, and that's 1,280 packs. So that's the cost of it, and that's look a lot cheaper than what I remember actually. I remember it cost a lot more money. So I need to double check that I did not miss anything. That if you take only, you know, again, $5 packs, and there are because if you compare $100 packs, you get what? You get 40% less gems, less VIP points, right? So that's gonna be a bit more. That's giving you a good idea about if you have someone that is rushing this stuff. I need to verify that a bit more, because this value I remember very clearly that people calculated in $20,000 and $80,000 initially. But that's actually not that bad. I mean, it's a lot of money, but let's put it like that for now. That's good enough. So is there any other guides that you guys want me to do? Like anything that is relevant to you, like either fire crystal levels, any events? And here I will just, basically, if people care to wiki Whiteout Survival VIP points, I'll just link to the wiki. But the wiki have nothing. Maybe I link to the official Discord. Is that one any good? It's covering, okay, it's covering that, so that's, you know, copying, and it's baby bliss, so that's already who I gave credit to. Okay, I just gained a level. And then maybe a quick word about the... Do you know? Do you guys kind of looked into the... that part of the being VIP 12? The kind of with the wheel to spin and everything? But I'll do that another time, but that's something I'll add as well. Because that's something that the whales are so confused about. Like, everyone trying to get the meteor and the globe skin, like when you see them talk about it, they're like they have no clue what's going on in these fields. So that should not be too complicated. But I'll do that a bit later. That's good enough. I'll just add a note plus shop skins. Meteor and globe, because that's what people care about when they spend about the game a lot. So I don't know if you ever considered that, but that's something we do, and I think is really smart. Again, is you give... We don't have buffs, so I'm not sure what are they doing. So we, the top 30 of the labyrinth can go to different alliances to get buffs. The 20% buff with the forts. So, and I find that's working very well, and I find that's actually a very good thing to help to support rally leaders. So every alliance basically have rally leader that can easily buff during Foundry, during SVS. Particularly, we mostly do that for SVS, but then you can, you can have your stronger player buff, and because they are multiplicative percentages, using a 20% buff on someone that has 300% lethality, it does literally nothing. But when you use it on someone that has 2000 lethality, it does actually 40. 400%, right? So that's a lot, and that makes a lot more sense. So I'm not gonna reveal our strategy. So let me know if there's anything you want me to do. The shops is covered. I'll just update because that was made by someone else in the alliance. That was made by one of our members. But I did not agree with absolutely everything, so I'll put my own version of it. How do they call it? Is that a tile, or is that a trade, or it's a buy? What the offers? So accept all offers for resources. Reroll the offer. Advance, teleport, offered. So these things are pretty basic, right? But when you start the game, it really takes a while to educate everyone in your alliance to do these things every day. By all discounted VIP points for gems. Speed ups. resources, swaps. Oh, it's only one S. Yeah, I actually, you know, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, I mean that's people can figure it out how many gems, right? That's easy enough. That's easy enough. But I'm surprised about these, they are low. I really remember higher numbers, and I made either it was from someone else and I took it for granted and I went with it for a year, or it was my own calculation and I'm missing something. And I think I'm missing a tiny bit of VIP points as well. I'll calculate 2.5 plus 5,000. I should make an Excel, you know, because that's the kind of thing I should have in Excel, so it's easier to do it. I don't have to. That's 70,000, that's 110, that's 170, that's 270. So that's 270, that's 70, that's... My brain is lagging. So that was 20,000, right? So that's 250, that's 600,000, right? That's what we had earlier. Yeah, that's 600,000. So it's because I found other values in the official Discord somehow, but unless there are a level missing, but that's, yeah, that 4.8 billion. That was for sure. I thought it was 4.8 billion, but with like, you know, 4.81 or 4.805 or something like that. So that actually, I think, the way I want to display it at the end of the day will be in an Excel sheet with just a list of Martians and just, you know, which item you buy basically. So you don't have to read a lot. That the issue I have with the list is like it's people understand. People understand that basically. Optional. I mean, you don't need to explain how to use a nomadic merchant very much, you know. Optional, reroll, low gems offer. Interest. Advanced teleport, and that's all you care about, and that's super important, right? That I need to find a way to make it look a bit prettier basically. That's a bit easier to read. Yeah, but when you are a whale, you know, but that's that's something I could mention, right? That's something I could mention. That's pretty basic. VIP activation. VIP bonus. Because I want to cover everything for noobs as well. But, you know, if you basically, you start the game tomorrow, you found my channel, you found my Discord, you have a new alliance, nobody knows shit about the game, you can just come here, copy paste stuff on your own Discord, on your own alliance, hopefully give me credit for and point people to the channel so it grows the community and, you know, it's fair game, right? So that might be something I need to put somewhere in the text, you know, like the link to the YouTube channel or whatever. But if there is a video, so what I did not do, I basically, so far, I looked at all the Discord and all the alliance I've been in, and I have added all the guides I already written in the past. Now I'll complete some I know I don't have manually. Then I'll look at all the YouTube video I've ever made and I'll put all the YouTube's video there. Then I think I'll look at the official Discord and I'll look at all the guides from the official Discord and I'll put all the links in there as well. So people have different sources of information. After you unlocked, which one is it? What? VIP 4. Value monthly card for 30 days. And like my thoughts right now is, so let me close the calculation, is like, is it too much of a descriptive guide without telling people enough how to play? That's my concern. Like, if what I end up making is just another version of the overview of the official channel, like the official Discord or most other content creator, I'm like, I miss my targets. My target should be, when you read that, you get the overall understanding. Maybe you don't have all the tiny details about things that are not important, but you basically know what to do. So when I say that, and I link to the gem channel, which is not made yet, right? But when I say that, like, people should basically have a good understanding, either here on the gem channels, what to do with their gems. And I think I'll cover that on the gem channel and on the hero channel, and I'll cover how many you need, how many times you need to spin for the wheel, to be able to save gems and to unlock heroes to level 4 stars and stuff like that. So that's, if it's just educational information without the how to play smart or how to play effectively, then I'm missing, whichever things in the Discord is missing the point. And it's me getting lost in explaining without remembering that I should actually tell people what to do as well, to optimize for it. So that's really my intent, and that was always my intent with my guides. I don't make the most detailed and comprehensive guide about explaining an event. When you look at some other content creator, when they make a guide about a seasonal event or an event, they go through that and they read everything, and they take the time and they explain every of that and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and you read all of it and you're like, okay, then day 3 it's charms. Like, for me, I don't care about that. I just want to tell you that day 1 is overlapping with armament competition, and you can do points on both if you use Essence Stone, which is not true. It's a random stupid example, right? But that's what you need to know, because that's how you will want to complete day 1 most of the time, right? And in SVS you don't have an overlap, so it does not really matter. But with Alliance Showdown you have an overlap. With Alliance Mobilization you have an overlap. When you have a seasonal event you have an overlap. And that's the kind of thing that people won't tell you, is like when to min max and when to really optimize, right? Some in today's video, like, even some people in the chat yesterday was like, oh, I'm not pushing too much today, so I'm keeping some for tomorrow. But like, if I kept my sandstones for tomorrow, I would not have rank 1 yesterday, and ranking 1 yesterday was a freaking good amount of reward. That was 25k gem. That's 12,500 VIP points. That's bringing me towards my VIP 12 a lot faster, because I got first on 2 events, because I pushed really hard on Wednesday, I pushed really hard on Thursday, and today I got nothing to push for. I just got Chief Gear. Chief Gear is giving peanuts points, so yeah, I'm 47 and I burned 3 months of Chief Gear and I make no points. But I still got in the top 50 very likely, so I still got a good amount of gems, and I got 50k gem from the last 2 days, and that, for me, that's a lot better than just pushing a bit every day and maybe getting 8k gems here instead of 25, and or 3k gems, and yeah. So yeah, so that's kind of the idea, with what I do is. So if you guys, you can keep me accountable to that, whatever I do on YouTube or whatever I do on Discord. If you see that it's just boring explanations and you don't understand what I should do with that and how I should play, yeah, that's something missing. That's really something missing. So how do you agree with the mystery shop? Is that the things you are getting from the mystery shop? Are you getting widget and patches to get serums? Are you getting anything else? Hey Emrys, welcome. I agree, Arthur. I really agree. And you know, there are edge cases where, you know, if you push on 3 days, you will make more gem than if you push on 1 day and rank very low on the 2 other ones. But you know, if you know how to calculate that, you don't really need me, right? You don't really need my guide. So what do you buy here from the mystery shop? I guess only essence stones and widgets, right? No, no essence stone, widgets and pet chest. Do you guys calculated if it is cheaper to buy discounted widgets 20%, for example, versus buying them on Frosty Fortune? Do you know if someone calculated that, and do you know about it? Because that's something I did not look into yet, and that's something I need to know for the Discord. That's Salut Phoenix. Il n'y a pas le lien. Il y a le lien quand vous êtes 1000 à vous être abonné. So the link will be when there is 1000 people subscribing to the channel. Again, the idea is to have... There is a bot that can translate everything I write in English, so you don't have to be able to read English on Discord. When I reach 1000 subscribers on YouTube, I apply to be a partner, whatever it's called, and I enable the auto AI translation of the videos. So whether you speak French, Arabic, Chinese, whatever the auto translation by AI is doing, you can understand the video on top of the subtitles. So it's not gonna be my voice. Maybe it's even more pleasant than my French accent, you know, speaking English. Maybe you like the AI voice better, but then it makes whatever guide from whichever content creator available to anyone nearly. And I'm not sure how good is it yet, but I think they activated it like 1 or 2 months ago for nearly all the channels that are partners, and you need 1000 subscribers for that, or you need 1 million hour watch time, and we looked at that and I'm at 11,000. So it's not gonna happen with the watch time. You guys need to watch me for longer. I need to make very long stream, and you need to be a lot of people watching me for a very long time to make 1 million hours. So I'll do so I'll work on that tonight with you guys. I'll work on that Sunday. Maybe I'll do a stream. I'll, you know, feel a lot of things. I'll prepare it, and I'll kind of launch it with a kind of a community event to try to kind of yeah, that's an important milestone, because I really don't have the time to do another channel in French, Phoenix. J'ai vraiment pas le temps. That will be troubles for my, you know, for my job with the wife probably too. So yeah, I cannot do that right now. I would prefer a lot. I'm a lot more hyped about growing the channel a bit, monetizing the channel a bit. I have no idea how it works for the kind of content I'm making, and then at some point next year to do like to have the channel generating, you know, a few hundreds, whatever amounts, and start a new city, like in states, you know, 3,500 or whatever, and do like a kind of starting over the game, because I think I've played a first city in 422. I restarted to 665, and you know, it really helped me a lot to have been playing the game for 4 or 5 months before. But I think if I would start the game fresh again today, I would still make a lot of different things. And there are a lot of guides and a lot of information I could update by starting fresh again and committing to a new city. So I will drop my farm. I'll commit, I don't know, whatever the channel is bringing, I'll pour into that account, to that new city, So hopefully, you know, 2, 3, 4, 500 euro, whatever, that kind of stuff. I'll pour into the new city. We'll start again for fresh. If people from the community want to join, we'll do that together. Try to make a very strong alliance, you know, with good guides from day one, with video guidance from day one, and really kind of use that kind of reset to, like the first phase of the channel was to make all the video I can. Like quick, you know, I don't edit any videos. I'm used to speak on the, you know, with the mic and all of that because I've been podcasting in French on a very different topic for many years. So I'm kind of used to one-shot recording and no editing. I've been trained myself for, you know, 200 episodes on that. So it had to be simple for me to start the channel. Otherwise, I would have never started the channel. If I need to edit 2 hours, a 30-minute video, I would never have started, to be honest with you. So some people ask me to edit and to put timestamps, and I'm like, dude, if I had to do that, you will have never seen me on YouTube ever. That's just far too much work, far too much for where I am right now with my life and Discord and, you know, YouTube. And, you know, I cannot spend resources, I cannot pay someone to do that for me as well. But that will be so the first step was go online, make simple videos, record one shots, you know, there are like mistakes, blank, the O, searching. I just record and I just make it. I try to make a nice miniature, and I wanted to learn kind of the basic stuff of YouTube and record all the information. The second stage is Discord. So everything that is on video should be on Discord, and more on Discord than on video actually, because a lot of things that are on the Discord, they are not always worth making a video. At least not now. There are more important topics to cover. And then once that stage 2 is there, we have a bigger community. You know, the channel is bringing a bit of money, then reinvesting that into the game, maybe changing mic before, starting a new city and re-recording guides, but like proper guide with timestamps, maybe a bit more prepared on my side, because most of the thing I know from the top of my head. So when I prepare a video, I just need to turn on the mic and to turn on the camera, and I just need to speak. I don't need to prepare for half an hour. I don't need to research a lot. I've done that job already in most of the case. I just need to double check that I'm not saying stupid things because I remember vaguely something from the past. So yeah, so that's kind of the next 3 stage, right? But at some point it needs to be kind of snowballing, right? The channel and the all of that need to be snowballing to 1,000, so I can have auto translation on YouTube. The bot will auto-translate on Discord, so we have a multilingual community, and it's not limited to English. So Archer is confirming for the widget. What the best packs for Essence Stone? It really depends. It depends. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. If you are tiny spender, like actually Vault of Enigma, so someone asked me today on YouTube, Vault of Enigma is okay for medium spender, so a few €100. If you spend a few €100, you can buy Vault of Enigma. If you're a low spender, you know, that's two packs are €12, 3 packs are €5, that's already €25. So, you know, if you spend €25 a month, that's the only pack you will buy, and I will buy something else before that one. So if you're a very low spender, it's not showing here, so I'll show you on my farm. But you have a weekly pack that you can buy from the deals. That is actually one of the best one you can buy. And the second option for me will be Myriad Bazaar. So it's a monthly pack. You know, you have a huge splash screen that's kind of taking a lot of space, and we'll have it soon. We'll have it in a few days. But you know, you have that weekly benefit card, and if you look at this, so the 2 I bought is this one to unstuck myself from the blue to purple Chief Gear L for a while, so that I bought that for, you know, 10 weeks in a row or something like that. That's, you know, so I got a lot of design, so I can go to golden gear, but I will only suggest to do that to speed things up a tiny bit, because it's a very good percentage and you really got a lot of design compared to the rest, plus you got, you know, good gems and good VIP points. If not, I'll buy this one because you get the essence stones and you get the lucky chest, right? And they will be useful. So that will be one of the best for me. And Myriad Bazaar will be amazing because you get fire crystals as well. So I think Myriad Bazaar is really one of the best packs out there, to be honest with you guys. That's probably the next video we'll do, is about spending. And again, I'll take kind of the one that King Shield made, Shield Gaming, is very good from buying regular packs. and I agree on nearly everything he said. The only few difference I'll make is, for me, I will buy less regular packs and I'll spend more on seasonal events, because often seasonal events have better discount on everything you want to buy. But the issue with seasonal events, they are never the same. So you need to calculate every seasonal event. If you want to buy Essence Stones, is it a good seasonal event for Essence Stone compared to the other packs? If you want to buy Charm Design, if you want to buy Mithril, and often seasonal event items are discounted between 20 to 50% compared to other packs. So it's not a simple guide to make, because I cannot tell you on Christmas buy Essence Stone. It depends on each year Christmas event. They are all different. They are never the same. So it has to be calculated differently. But overall, for a low to medium spender, you will get a lot more on seasonal event than you will get on regular packs. But you will have to save up kind of your spending allowance you have for yourself. You will have to save up sometime for a few months before there is a good seasonal event for you, and then you can go all in and you can buy a lot of packs. So that will be the 2 packs I buy. I think we will have one before. We will have Halloween, for nearly sure they've done Halloween every time. But summer is a bit of a quieter period. So we might have Tundra Adventure, like they used Tundra Adventure as a feeder events. Last year we had 3 Tundra Adventure, for example. I think we have it in January, we had it in March or April, and we had it in summer. So Tundra Adventure is kind of a feeder seasonal event when they don't really have one. Now they seem to use Journey of Light as well. So I don't know if we will have less Tundra Adventure and more Journey of Light, or a mix of both. I'm not sure. But they used to use Tundra Adventure, and now lately they've been using Journey of Light. Halloween will be what, October? Halloween is October. So I like the idea of starting from scratch. So many ways to make mistakes. Yeah, and it will be like how can I record good videos for Gen 2 guys? Like I'm freaking Gen 8 soon. Packs are nowhere near yours. They have like very different values. The game changed a lot. When I rushed to Furnace 30, we did not have Island, like the Daybreak Island was not a thing in the game. We did not have Alliance Showdown, that was not a thing in the game. We didn't have Canyon Clash, that was not a thing in the game. Like a lot of things changed basically, and I'm not sure how it impacts progression. So I'm like, some of my guidance, some of my advice, some of them could be slightly outdated or not the best, because I don't know exactly in which order you get everything basically, right? And it's actually something that I miss on my timeline. I don't have Daybreak Island. I don't think I have Daybreak Island in there. And I actually did not see on any other timeline when is Daybreak Island. And Daybreak Island is not a small thing, like... Yeah, there is no Daybreak Island in there. So if you guys know when Daybreak Island is available, then you know. Plus, missing, unlocking Daybreak Island. And same with Labyrinth. When is Labyrinth? That's a lot of reward. That's speeding up your progress a lot. So if it's Gen 2, like if in Gen 2 you get Daybreak Island and you get Labyrinth, then it's a very different progression than I had, because these things were not in the game, plus Labyrinth. So I'm missing like all of that. That will need to be looked into later. Yeah, it could be that so if it's level 17 or something like that, if you have Daybreak Island from day one, that's huge. That's a lot of percentage. Then I need to review my Rush to Furnace 30 guide to add priorities on Daybreak Island, for example. So that's something I'll want to do before the end of the year. But that's again, depends a bit. Like, can I grow the channel? I have no idea. If someone knows about how to monetize a YouTube channel of that side and that type of things, like I'm very open to that, to understand how it works. Because I have literally no idea. And I don't know many people that do that kind of stuff that can basically tell me. So if you guys have any pointers, I'll try to ask other YouTubers. But I love if the channel is self-sustaining with spending in-game. like, you know, and we can do cool projects like that, like restart, do an alliance. Maybe I have some people from my own alliance. I'll drop my farm, so I have only 2 cities to play with. I'll play it on another account, so, you know, I can play both at the same time. I can do both Fire Castle. I can, you know, do both whatever Foundry even at the same time. I don't have to log in and, you know, log in, log out, log in, log out. I don't have to do that. I love that. Yeah, it's around there, right? I had 17 in mind, but it could be 19 or 20 or whatever. And I wish Halloween it's back to the first one I've seen. It was good. So Daybreak, so I'll take a note of that because that's really important in my Daybreak Island level. So that's huge, right? If you're a new player, you get Daybreak Island right away. Right away you get Daybreak Island. So do you go for, how long do you go for military chess in arena? I'll say, for me I'll say until you get 3 sets of SSR gear. How is it called exactly in game? They call it mythic. Of mythic gear, see hero gear for details. That's remove the fluff. So what do you buy in VIP shop? I don't buy that. For me, I'll do, I think the first thing is stamina cans for everyone. So the first thing will be actually different. Foods, woods, coal for if needed for first furnace level if lacking resources. Then it will be stamina cans. Then if not sustainable on teleports purple. For me, I actually like to buy XP gear component. It's cheap and I think it really helps. Especially when there is a way to play the island to get your, you mean Tree of Life, okay. I mean, you should rush your Tree of Life to level 10 anyway, right? That's kind of the same as the Furnace. That give you so much stats and do like all the building that's basically give you research time and construction time and all of that. And whales, they should buy discounted buffs, right? I'm not sure if whales are buying something else from that store actually. I'm not sure if they do. I'm trying to put some color so it's a bit easier to read. So if we look at the arena shop, so that's things change over time. So these kind of guides are more for beginner, right? Because for me, I like to buy the pet stuff more, right? So if I was a newbie, I'll buy design plans. Because chief gear suck. Like chief gear really sucks. I really don't like chief gear. So for me, I'll do quite a different version from our friend Noisy. I'll do first, if I was a noob, I'll do the design plans. Pet stuff. So that's 1 mark. Potions and serums. Then I'll do the polishing. It was solutions, yeah, polishing solutions or hardened alloy as needed. They are terrible. Never get the hero shards. Caution, do they have alerts? Red triangle. Yeah, you basically agree. Not so. Yeah. You just do the minimum to unlock the. I forgot exactly how it works actually, but you know, it's kind of like the main furnace, right? You unlock certain buildings that allow you to unlock certain things, and that's just how it goes. That I need to keep for later and check tomorrow for work, so I'm not gonna take care of it. It's funny, right? If my if my second screen is a white background and you see me, and if it's a dark background you don't see me, right? But I don't want to put the lights or the bugs and stuff. They leave me alone. So I'll actually remove items of interest, right? Let's remove all the things that are extra, that are not needed. People are understanding that. And foundry is a bad shop. Let's give us double the amount of foundry token we have, so we get good rewards. So what do you buy in foundry, guys? For me, I'm assuming I'm talking to a noob, so I'll say Chief Gear design plans to unstock from Chief Gear Hell, even if it sucks. Then the next thing would be, to be honest, I think the next thing for me will be the XP component. XP component. They are called XP enhancement. Enhancement XP component. Components. Then I'll do charm designs. I think they are great for later. They'll miss. You'll miss some, and then it will be hardened alloy as. That will be that, right? Do you guys agree? Unlocked one chief gear is golden. Priority, not priority T. Yeah, for me it's charm design at that level of the game, but like I'm assuming that it, you know, it's like fresh players that are stuck basically in blue and purple chief gear hell. Let me try to put some lights actually. Maybe it's still a bit nicer for you to kind of see me a tiny bit. Because you know, I disappear in the... We have a nice light. The clouds are pink over here. We have a nice sunset, not sunrise. Yeah, I would not suggest them, to be honest, to buy the buffs like I did, and that's one of the big mistakes I've done. Like I spent probably 300k gems on buffs. I was like, yeah bro, I'm strong, I'm gonna get this discounted buff, and I'm gonna go into foundry, and I'm gonna smash the enemies with it. And with 50 euros of spending every month, that did not serve me well. So I bought a lot of these at the beginning, because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buff myself to get more reward and to rank higher, and that, well, these gems would have been spent far more, that would have been far better on SVS. And with like 10k gems, I can buff actually 10% on 5 of them, and that will be a lot better than the 20%, right? So if you fight 2 hours before battle and you try to burn someone, it's a lot better to pop 5 of these for 10k gems than buying one of the 20%. So I really leave the 20% to whales, to be honest. I don't think that's gonna help. I don't think that's a good thing for. I think it's better if they rush VIP 9, right? But you can disagree with me. Disagreeing with me is totally okay. Still be welcome on the channel. Maybe even more. We can have, we can have a healthy discussion about why and how, and So SVS. So I don't think I agree much with all of it. So let's see how would I've changed it. Why that's popping up? So again, I'll go to chief upgrade item. So design plan for everyone that stacks. Then fire crystal. Then I'll go for charm designs. That's for noobs, right? For me, I'll do charm design and fire crystals. Speed ups. Do you do speed ups? Like 3? No, I wouldn't do speed ups. If you have extra Sunfire tokens, the shop resets every 14 days. So wait. After reset, I hope people know that. If you don't know that, you I don't know. You need to find 10 subscribers for the channel. I'm not sure what you want to test and where. Can I get some food? I can get some food. I really need some food. Like my training T11, like really reduce the amount of food I have. I'm still happy to have my farm around, to be honest. I transferred 4 times, so moving your farm 4 times is a bit of a pain in the bum, if I have to be honest. But I'm kind of happy to see like that the farm is not too far. just in case I start to heal a lot tomorrow or whenever. So that's what I would do. So Canyon Shop, same as Foundry. Let's see if I agree. I think I might disagree a tiny bit, because do you have more options? Yeah, well marks their health and lethality, right? That's health and lethality. That's health and lethality, right? That could be if you increase your pets. I mean, no, it's actually don't. It's gonna be defense and extra skills, right? So that could be good. General shards are bad, so yeah, you can keep unstucking yourself with that. I'll avoid essence stones because you get them from bear. One way to do these guides, or do another version with what you buy. Example, design plans, Foundry, Canyon, IC, etc. So instead of having like shop by shop, it's like you have the few items you care about, and then where you buy them, and that will be a lot more efficient way to display that, right, as well, and a lot quicker way for people to understand what to buy. So yeah, so I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that as well. So I'll copy, but I might. I'll do it that way, right? I'll do it that way. To be honest, you will never buy Hardened Solution and Alloy. Will be pets, wine marks, or potions, serums. You do your outro, but that's, I've done that for 2-3 months, and I was like, I don't think it really makes me stronger, because these buffs are reducing attack and defense, which are not the main stats you want anyway to reduce. You buy them early, so people only have they don't have 3,000 or 4,000. So yeah. Like for me, I think Canyon and Foundry, they should double the amount of stuff we have. So you can actually, when you win Canyon, you can like, you go and you half empty the shop, right? And it feels good. And they are not like, it's not gonna break the game. It's not because you get 2 more syringes and 5 more potions and 15 more design that's gonna break the game in your progression, but it's gonna feel really good. As the player, it will feel really good we win Canyon. We are first out of 3 alliance. We worked our ass off for 1 hour. It was intense. You have to manage the fuel and the middle and the building and stuff, and it's a very intense hour. And then you come out of it, you get good rewards from like the event itself, and then you go to the shop, and then because you are first, you can buy half of the shop, and you feel like, yes, you feel kind of like a whale, when you see some events. But I think it's fair from a business standpoint. I get I probably have good reason. I'm not sure, but like from a free to play, I find this stuff underwhelming. It's like you win an event, or there is a new event. Like let's say we will have a Snowbuster. I will double or triple the amount of stuff that free to play has, so they can start to have fun, right? They can start to gain some more levels, because basically Snowbuster, I forgot how many levels there are, like 35 or 25, and you can do 10 if you're free to play. So when the levels start a bit complex and a bit long and stuff, then free to play they cannot do it anymore. And so again, free to play underwhelming. Like I've been doing most of the game free to play or low spenders, but when you do like what was it? Even Tundra Adventure, when you play the dice and you move around, like when you do that as a medium spender and you spend 60, 50 euro on the game, like the marbles, I forgot how much I spent on the marbles, but like, 2 or 3 times I collected 100, 150 marbles, and I'll come on stream and I'll play 100 or 150 marbles, and that will be fun. But on my farm I will have 5 marbles a day or 8 marbles a day. That's not fun. That's really kind of, so Of course, they cannot give everything to free to play. There is no point of buying, but I think there is a world where free to play have a lot more, and whales is still amazingly better because you are just a whale. But I think, yeah, because some events you're like, we have a new event in the game, and then you come in and then you have 5 marbles, and you're like, okay. If you get unlucky on top of that, it really sucks. So I think that, but I'm that's not for me to decide this stuff, right? But I think that could be cool. That could be really cool. To try to not make the things underwhelming and it could be that I'm, I've been playing games for 25 years now. I've been playing PC games, competitive games, far more complicated games. So Whiteout Survival is overall quite easy when you can understand the mechanics for compared to many other PC games. So maybe it's just me, and it's not underwhelming for like a regular dude that just play the game on their phone from time to time and are not as serious as I am with gaming. It could be. It could just be that as well. So I think Labyrinth, I kind of agree with that because I think it was kind of my feedback there, but that's probably what we said we would do. So I'll buy Mythic, how they call it? Mythic General Hero Shards. I mean, you can buy all, right? So I'll buy rather the chest before than the components, actually. So the chest give you the gear you need. And then I'll do 5, I'll do enhancement XP component. Mythic General decoration components. Six speed ups, but you never kind of buy speed ups, right? But at the order I would consider things. I'm actually start to consider buying speed ups instead of mythic, because these start to give me really little upside. Yeah, like and subscribe, guys. Let's go to 1,000. Help me to get to 1,000. So we'll get cool stuff for 1,000. We'll get really cool stuff for 1,000. I think the AI translation is really important nowadays. Is really, really important. Especially on a mobile game like that, when you play, like, I don't know, when you play World of Warcraft, you play on a French server or whatever server of your choice, or a German or an English server. You play with people of your language. You get to watch the content creator in your language, and everything is kind of straightforward. On mobile game, it's all messy. I'll do a skin shop as well. We don't have skin shop, so let's do skin shop as well. Why not? Why not? So what do you buy on the gem? Nothing. For whales only. There is one exception that I will say here. One exception, let's do arrow or something like that. Do they have an arrow? Or let's do stamina cans. Stamina cans for completing. See, mercenary prestige for guidance. Event without having to buy stamina coins. Here, wells. Common wild marks in bulks. Health and lethality from pets. Yeah, that's about it, right? Like, you know what? Like, I'm so, how do you call that? I forgot the English word every time. I looked it up 2 times already this week. Radin, for any guys that are any French people. When you are close to your money and you don't like to give it away or to spend it, it's like, let me launch DeepL. Radin. Let's swap. It's stingy, but I don't know. I never use stingy in that context, right? But stingy with money is like, you know. So I think I used my 3 first horns last week. I'm like, you know, I have a YouTube channel. I start to put my name out there. So I'm using the horns a bit, but I think I never used it until then. So yeah, that's how close, you know, that's tightly I manage my gems, guys. I don't freaking use the horn to talk on. I don't watch Alliance World Chat. Sorry, I don't spend time in there. Probably drive me crazy, you know. Like, I don't know how people can spend hours on World Chat. But that's a different kind of personality and player, right? There are a lot more social gamers. I'm not such a social person when it comes to games. Yeah. I'm counting everything. I'm just looking at the comments. On the channel. So let's go. Let's do a few more. I might start. You know, the wife will be home soon, so I'll see. I'll see how much I can do. So the shop is done. The shop is done. So that's not. Let's do the skin shop. So what do I say about the skin shop to people? It's like, buy the fuck you want. Tonton's advice: buy what is giving you extra stats. City skin, marching skin, skin portrait frame, or do they call it avatar frame? And mushroom domain, Daybreak Island building. Scozy, it's not available yet. I'm working on it. 1,000 subscribers and I open it. That's the deal. So, you know, I have, like, as you can see, I have a few channels to complete. And, you know, I'm not doing them in order. Many of them are already completed. So, like heroes, I basically gave a pass for people on how to follow up to Gen 8. So I'll update it. You get my video about how many shards, and that's something I need to update a bit actually. and you get some of the stuff. There are so much more things to say about heroes, so I'm not sure that's gonna be a big part. So either I go simple and I don't say much and I link right and left to other content creator, official Discord and stuff like that, and I keep it very simple, or I go a lot further with it. Hero gear, I need to do widgets. I have an interesting conversation, which I think is it's a fair point, right? If you put, so that I got that conversation with one of the opponents. We have like one of their whales, the guy that is ranking first on their states. And he was basically saying that most people underestimate widgets, and he will highly suggest people to level up widgets from previous generation. I think for me it's like really applied to medium spenders. I don't think a low spender will benefit from it, but that's the way he looked at it is interesting, and it's not something you see commonly people explain. But basically, if you add, let's pick Gwen, right? So that's percentage is multiplicative. It's not additive. So let's say you have 1,000, let's say you have the widget maxed. So max is 15%, right? The widget is 15% when it's maxed. So if I have 1,000 lethality, the widget's gonna increase my lethality by 150. It's gonna be 1,150 because it's 15% multiplicative. It's not gonna be 1,015, it's gonna be 1,150. But that's giving 150 per troop. So it's giving 150 on marksmen, 150 on lancers, which you care about, then it's giving 150 on infantry, but again, it's lethality, so you don't care that much. So because the widgets are multiplicative, from that look like of if it was maxed, if it was 15%, it looked like little, because the other percentages are additive, but this one is multiplicative. So you could get 300% effective lethality on lancers and marksmen out of one widget. So his suggestion was basically to consider increasing widgets for, for a lot of people, but probably medium spender to, whales of previous generations through Tundra Training Station and through all of Heroes, right? And I'll write up something about that, and I kind of copy paste his example, but I think that's a I don't know if I will do it, but if I would start over again, basically what I might do is look at heroes that have widgets that give health or lethality, because you care a lot less about attack and defense, right? So let's say Flint, he has troop attacks when you defend. So I'm not a rally defender in defense. I'm not strong enough, for example, right now. So I would not have any needs for that. Molly, lethality when I'm a defender, same. I'm not gonna do that a lot. Alonso, increase rallies lethality. So that's only working on offense. When you don't have defense on the widget written, it means it's working on offense. So when you are attacking a rally, when you have defense in it, it's when you are in a garrison, right? So if I put Alonso in my bear trap rally, that's gonna give 5% on marksmen and 5% of lancers and 5% of, but again, multiplicative on infantry, which you don't care that much about. So, I mean, depends. If you are a rally leader, you need them. But if you are only playing offense, let's say you are only playing offense because you do damage on bear and you want to be doing good damage on bear because you want to get a bit more every 2 days, then you could focus on the lethality widgets on heroes that you know you will keep for bear. And there are not that many, right? But Geronimo, I cannot see, but I think he has I forgot his widget, but I think he has a lethality widget probably. That's why he's good for bear. I actually forgot and I cannot see. But if Geronimo has a lethality widget, it makes a lot of sense to get Geronimo widget to level 10, because you're gonna use him until Gen 6 or 7 or 7. You're gonna use Geronimo forever, in offensive rally, right? At least Gen 5, I think. I forgot exactly until when we used him, but we used him for so long. So that will make sense to level up. So I'll pick a few widgets, and I'm not sure I'll go to level 10. Maybe I'll keep the one I don't need to level 2, instead of, basically what I've done in the past is up to Gen 3, I keep them all widgets to level 2, and to Gen 4, I try to put all widgets level 4 after Gen 4 and between 3 or 4, right? So she is 3, is 4. You see that basically all, these are new, so I'm not leveled them up yet. But between Tundra Trading Station and Frosty Fortune, I've been trying to get them 3 or 4. But that's, that's in defense, that's giving troop attack in defense. I don't care. I don't need 2.5% more of troop attack in defense. I'm not defending a turret, If I was, it would not matter. So putting more level on that widget is pointless for me, right? It will be a lot better. I mean, defender lethality, not that good. So if you look at Gwen, offensive tactic, lethality. So if I put like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more level on that widget, then on bear, I will use likely Gwen because she will buff lethality so much, right? And that would have made sense to put maybe that widget to level, 8 or 10 or something like that, basically. So that's something I'll do a bit differently for widgets. If I have to start over, I'll select the widget very carefully. I'll try to do what I've been showing here. So I'll plan my path of which hero I will get in which generation and which widgets on top of that I will add which widget I'm gonna push. And maybe they'll be level 8, maybe they'll be level 6. If the channel, allows for a 300 euro spend on a new city, I'll start maybe, before the end of the year, then maybe I'll spin, I'll buy the first two, maybe every 14 days I'll buy, where are they? 2 or 3 packs here of this, and I'll try to get widgets discounted 20% at least or 50% more often, right? For example, and I'll push on more widgets basically. So that's the thing about widgets. So that I'm not gonna write it tonight, but that will be the part about widget. I think that will be interesting for people to know about and to think of. So maybe sometime to time. So if for example, that it's not a good example, right? It's not the best example. Where is she? Because for example, you're gonna use Mia for days, right? For bear, you're gonna keep Mia until Gen 8, Gen 9. So maybe Gen 3 you want to put Mia to you don't have to put Mia to 5-star max, right? Because Mia, her stars, 4 stars is enough because her stars are giving you Lancer's health and Lancer defense. She has lethality because she has gear, right? And she has a widget. If she did not add, the widget is giving health and lethality, right? So if she did not add widget and gear, she would not have health and lethality. So it gives only Lancer's attack, Lancer defense, and on bear you have 10% Lancer. They don't do any damage, so you don't care about the going to 5-star. You don't have, but you care to have her to 4-star to get the skill level 5. But then it will be smarter. And she has a widget, but increasing troop attacks. It's not that good, but you will keep her for longer. So maybe I would have put her widget level 6, something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure about Mia, actually. I cannot decide. I'm like, if I had to do it again, knowing I'll keep her for bear until Gen 9 or something, will I put that widget more? And it's attack, so it's not that good. If it was lethality, definitely. But then, which hero in terms of is like increase rally health in offense. There is no defense, so he's increasing health in offense. So Greg, not that good. Maybe I would have maxed Alonso basically. I would have maxed Alonso to 5-star, skip Greg, and put that widgets to level 8 or 10. And keep Alonso for a longer time. So I'll maybe even invest even more on some heroes and maybe do a bit less of the other. I don't know. I'm not sure, but that's something to consider at least, depending on your level of spendings. And if you are holding turrets, defensor health is very important, or defensor lethality will be very important on certain heroes. So that's why that's a big thing from Wild to widgets. It's really a big thing. So that's something I'll do. What do I want to do tonight? If there's something you guys want to do, I should have guides about all of that. I have guides everywhere about that. That's weird, I don't have anything. I rework my spending guide maybe, because that's a long one. I've made that a long time ago. Quick tips for player on a budget and what not to waste. And want. Oh, that's not really good. Quick tip for player on a budget that do not want to waste their hard-earned money. That will be the next video. So I already wrote bits about something I've done. Is like my Discord is massive. There are so many channels you could be lost. So it's like start here. What is your priority? So basically, if you are not Furnace 30, you should rush to Furnace 30 and check and how to make a farm. Also check Daybreak Island, right? So something like that. Rushing to Furnace 30 is essential in Whiteout Survival. So you're a noob, you start over, you know, that's what you need to do. Then free to play priority, right? So you need to rush to Furnace 30. Focus on your troop level. Maybe we had get to your VIP 9. Get to VIP 9. See VIP channel, right? So that's kind of the focus. It's kind of so my hero channel need to give them key heroes, right? Understanding the basics. So low spenders, fire crystal hero gear. That's my main suggestion for low spenders. Is like, you know, keep your keep your troop level good, like the low spenders, like the free to play, and you know you can spend a bit on hero gear. That will be the best buck, you know, the best the best thing you will get, right? And if you want to go through T11, how to go about that? Then medium spender is basically whatever we said before. So, you know, going even stronger like on fire crystal and unlocking T11, hero gear, then charm, then, you know, whatever else is left you want to spend on, either it's island or chief gear or stuff like that. And I suggest actually medium spender to not spend too much on heroes and widget because they get obsolete, right? Except Geronimo. So I think like you will be enough, because like maxing a hero is like 500 euro in terms of shards and widgets and stuff. So if you spend that 500 euro on charms and you skip a bit gen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you have less choice of heroes, your heroes are a bit weaker, but you spend these few thousand euro you would have spent on heroes, you spend them on charms, you're gonna have max charms at some point. Max charm is like, I did not calculate myself, but it was calculated to 2.53k up to level 11, right? Not to the new one that is level 16. These 2 or 3k is 0. There will be a lot more impactful on your account if they are in charms. If you have a limited budget, right? If you have unlimited budget, then that's a very different story. So that's kind of how I want to interlink the channels with themselves. So where is the spending guide? That I need to restructure it. That's a simple tips. But that was a tip for spenders on a seasonal event, so I can remove it. So my spending guide is cerebral, is outdated, and I don't have any. So let's do it over. Different understanding the different level of spenders in Whiteout Survival. I need help with formatting as well. I'm not good at formatting in Discord, so free to play. the game. Low spender, small fish. Up to, that's my definition. I don't know if you agree, guys. Up to €50 per month. I'll classify it that way. I'll call it fish. Medium spender. Dolphins. Who never dreamed to be dolphins, right? Did you play the game Echo when you were a kid? Where you played the dolphin? I don't know if you're, I don't know if I'm as old, but you know, that was an amazing game on console at the time. A few hundreds of euros per month. Or equivalent, let's say, put it at that, or equivalent currency. I guess that's obvious enough, but I'm just removing the sleep mode on my phone, so if the wife's calling, then I have an idea of what's going on. Keep alarm, keep alarm. Then you have the whales. You have whales, big, let's call them spenders, spenders, whales. The spender, free-to-play players, whales above €1,000 per month. Call it big spenders. Kraken, let's call them Kraken. Per month. Let's say regularly. Roles of spenders in the games. Rally leaders. Spenders or big spenders. And Kraken. Everyone else. Rally joiners most of the time. How do I upgrade my widget as free to play? Yeah, it's tough, right? It's really tough. That's it. You don't really have any other options. You have all of heroes. That's not present here. That's happen once a week, and you know you get one tickets per week, and you have basically 10, 11 tickets per generation of heroes. So you can buy sometimes one widget from a previous generation. So I bought one widget for Geronimo, for example, the other day with that, but that's very little. So it's mostly like increasing your widget is mostly for certain level of spenders, because you can buy 1 or 2 pack in all of heroes, so you can buy some widgets, plus you can buy a tiny bit of badge of mystery, because you get a big discount in all of heroes on older generation, right? I think a current generation widget is like 16, and the old generation widget like Gen 1 is like 10 or 12, so it's nearly half price. So for €5 you get a decent amount of widget, but it's still pretty expensive, to be honest. So either you get some from here, from the mystery badges, and you buy them at 50% a bit more often, or at 20% discount sometimes. But yeah, it's, you know, if you Frosty Fortune, you buy a lot of widgets, you will find yourself running out of fire crystal, and you will fall behind on your troop level, which you don't want for free to play or low spender. So yeah, for me it's mostly Frosty Fortune. I basically buy the 6 euro pack to unlock the double rewards daily, and I buy the 1 euro pack every day. So that's 12 euro per event, and that's usually allowing me to buy all the fire crystals, all the XP components, plus some widgets. That's basically what it allows me, but it's 12 euro every 4 to 6 weeks, because that's a recurring event. And that's not a lot. You don't get a lot with that amount of money on the event, to be honest with you. You really don't get a lot. So yeah. So you don't have many options. Like widget is really a spender thing. It's really a spender thing. So hopefully people understand that's, yeah. That's not for everyone. Per type of spender. See, free to play priorities. Oh. See, low. Oh, see. How did I call them? Medium spender priority, so I need to align, right? No, they're the same. Okay, I call them the same, so that's good. So that's a good start. What do I want to say about spending? At some point, I don't know if I'll make them now, but I want to make the spending rules for spending efficiency. And one that is really important to me is that I need to do a lot more of that, is to delay purchases in time when or buying packs, seasonal events, top up events, or alliance mobilization. I put the mic a bit close to the keyboard, so I know my mic is speaking the keyboard. That's one of the reasons why I want to change mic as well. I might change keyboard too, to have something a bit more quiet, so it was not too irritating for you guys. Also packs in older generations are giving more current items for the same price. Like I see so many people, especially those, I mean, it does not matter if you spend 500 euro a month, right? But for me, like, you know, there's gonna be an Halloween event at the end of October, and people at the end of October, we have like Myriad Bazaar, and we have all of these events where you can delay your purchase. So if you look at Vault of Enigma, I still have 2 days to purchase it. So I purchase up to yesterday, up to today, no, up to yesterday, because I wanted to use, you know, all of that for pre-phase and to push. But that I have 2 days. I can wait 2 days. And why am I waiting 2 days? Because we could have a seasonal event, very unlikely, but we could have a seasonal event with a top-up event where, you know, for 60 euro you get a March skin, and I might not want to spend, you know, extra to get the March skin. If I can save, you know, out of these 60 euro, I could have 12 euro already paid for of something I was planning to buy just because I delayed it by 2 days, right? You could have Vision of Dawn, which requires you to buy packs daily, Symphony of Change, when you have new Fire Crystal level. So for us, it should be in 2 weeks. So that probably means that next week we will have Symphony of Change. And Symphony of Change, you have to buy 1 pack. So if you buy a few €100 a month, you will buy a pack every week. That's okay. But if you spend 20 euro a month, you might not have planned to buy a pack this week when there is a Symphony of Change. And you will want to buy 1 pack for Symphony of Change. So that's going to make you spend 25 instead of 20. Is it the end of the world? Maybe not, but for a 60 euro marching skin, if you really care to get it and you spend 30 euro just before the seasonal event hits, when you could have bought them during the marching skin, you might be 30 euro in more in the game that you did not want to spend. And I think that's quite important. So delay purchase is really important for small things like that. And, you know, like same crystal reactivation. Tomorrow I'll buy one of the 5 euro pack to get that one, right? To get that one. So that's a small trick, and you know, like we've seen, like for example, it's not available anymore, but the custom chest for charms in Gen 7, it gives 25% more charms per for the money you spend. So you spend 6 euro in Gen 6, you get 25% less. So that's, you know, I don't know if it's a big deal, but I think that's, you know, if you know that Gen 7 charms are a lot cheaper, then maybe in Gen 6 you spend on Essence Stones, you spend on pets, because pets are nearly the same price all the way, basically. Like, you don't get more pet stuff earlier in the game, and you guys can check, but maybe they changed that, but not until very recently, at least, you did not get more pet stuff for the money you spend. So investing in pets early, if you have a limited budget, makes sense, for example, because you will get stronger pets and that's the budget you will spend every month, and pets are not the best thing in the world, but for the money you spend, you will get the most money out of the best result for pets out of the money you spend, right? And then maybe in Gen 7, you're like, okay, I get 25% more for my money on charms, so I'll start to do charms, and that's why I'm starting to do charms a bit, is because my charms were not really ahead of people. Oh, Mr. Unicorn is playing Diablo 4, I didn't know that. Oh, I'm lagging. Unicorn? They're renamed, so I'm not sure. I didn't know I was playing Diablo 4. He's a real player. He plays the same game as me. I'm not sure about that, but you know. Let's do that. Gonna give me a bit of point just in case, and you know, I still need to progress that. So delaying purchase. So that's one thing. I'll put some more later. That's not what I wanted to do now about purchase. I want to do purchase strategy, and that will be the for low to medium, and that's where I medium spenders. So basically, for me there is two ways to think about it. There is the way that's basically Shield Gaming or King Gaming, you know, made his video about it, and there is kind of my way, which is a bit of a difference, right? And that will be the next video. So I'm gonna prepare it more than ever with you guys. Strategy 1. Can we get another kind of one? first. Do they have second? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this for a change, and we do second. See. Event spending strategy. Such a should have asked ChatGPT to give me like a, you know, like buzzword, you know, like in companies sometimes in your PowerPoint you have to write the right buzzwords. In Whiteout Survival, temporary events and seasonal events. Myriad Bazaar. We have one right now, right? Journey of Light. Journey of Light. We have Treasure Hunter, etc. Or seasonal event, Christmas, Valentine, Halloween. Compared to regular packs. So when best rewards. Money spent in the game, sometimes, usually between 20 to 50% discounts. Tell you in advance. Which events are the best, as they tend to change every time. Based on what you want to buy, you need to calculate the efficiency of buying seasonal. So that's basically the next. I need to find a way either to wait some in-game events or to go back to the previous one and to give you guys example. But often, because I did not track a lot of that, but often what we've done with some of our bigger spenders is we calculated the price of mithril, right? So in some events, you get like you get a limited quantity of mithril, so you cannot buy 100 of them. You can have 20, 30, 40 of them, sometimes 50. But mithril is simple because, and it's very sought after by the whales, right? But your mithril is 1 mithril for €6 if I can find it. Where is mithril? It's 1 mithril for €6, then it's 2 for 12, then it's 4 for 24. It's there is not there is a drop in percentage, but just because you get less VIP points, right, per pack, not because you get less mithril per euro. So that's your baseline. So some events you will get 20% discount on mithril, so you will get 1 mithril. You know, if it was $5, you're gonna get 1 mithril every $4 spent. But then on top of that, you will get essence stone, you will get XP component, you will get whatever else based on the event. So while you save on mithril compared to buying it from here, you get shit ton more for what you spend. And sometimes mithril is just plainly 50% discount, up to 50% discount. So you will have 1 mithril per €3. you still need 1,800 mithril for a full march to bring to level 100 piece of gear, right? So even if you get them for €3, that's still 5k to max out your march. When you buy mithril at at the best discount we ever had in the game so far, you still have to spend 5k euro or dollars, or maybe 4.5k dollars and 5.5k euros, something like that, to max out. If you don't get any for free from the game, which you get for free in Arena and you get for free in Labyrinth a bit, so that that's all okay. But that's kind of the way I'm thinking about packs, and where if you are patient, if you are managing your budget well, and if you are using your brain a bit, you can really decide on, okay, that event give me 50% discount on my charms, for example. Some events give crazy discount on charm design, so you're like, I'm gonna go on charm design, and I'm gonna buy, I'm gonna calculate the way I've done in the video so far is like telling you, if you want to reach that threshold in the events, you need to buy the €5 pack and the €50 pack. You don't need to buy the €10 pack and the €20 pack, because they are not helping you to get to that threshold. Because if you buy 5, 10, 20, you don't gonna get to the threshold, so then you will need to buy the €50 pack. The next option will be that, and you will have bought the 10 and 20 that you don't need to buy. So it's like, you have to calculate, you have to think for yourself, but then often that will be the smartest way to spend money. The only challenge is like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Myriad Bazaar, it's a monthly pack. Frosty Fortune is 4 to 6 weeks. Dragon Tyrant, you have a bit of a good discount on the €5 pack every day, so you can do some things there with that pack. Like, you have some things you can plan for, and you can roughly have an idea. But like Journey of Light, we had it 3 times so far. 2 times this year, 1 time last year, something like that. You don't know. Treasure Hunter, we have it 2 or 3 times a year. Sometimes you have it 2 months in a row, sometimes you don't see it for 9 months. Seasonal event, they changed them, so I've been doing 2 or 3 seasonal events sometimes. So I've done 2 Halloweens or 3 Halloweens, I think, and no, 2, I forgot, but they were never the same. And even if the event was the same, the amount of points you get per daily task is not the same. The amount of item you get in the shop for the amount they cost is not the same. So you have to recalculate, because even if it looks like the same event, sometimes the value of everything moved. It's not the same. So you cannot tell, oh, Journey of Light will be always the same. They changed Journey of Light compared to the first edition, and they did give a different threshold to the amount of chests you collect and things like that. So yeah. So that's I think that's the best strategy, but that's not easy to follow. So if you will follow like a strategy similar to what basically our friend Chill Gaming shared, which is buying regular packs, I'll go something similar, but I'll go with different packs than he suggested basically. Purchase buying regular packs to recurring packs. Pack to manage your spending and your progression. And I think the lady is coming back, guys, so I'll finish that quickly and I'll go to bed soon. I'll just send her a text. I think I want to spend some time with her, because we don't really see each other this weekend, so that will be a bit of our time. So let's do that very quick, and then I'll go for tonight. Hope it was, you jump in, you stay, you don't. That's fair enough. I'm just wanted to try that kind of live stream to show you a bit the Discord as well, to see if it's interesting, to have feedback on that. It's like, oh, that's useless, that's useful, that's missing, that's not set up in a way that's obvious for me, that's confusing, all of that. So I'll write some thoughts and then I'll go, guys. A few more minutes, I guess. As managing your budget is harder, and good events for you. What you need. So seasonal events are tend to be in autumn, winter, and so might be heavy on your wallet. So here it will be basically, let's do it simple. Decide on your priorities. Likely fire crystals, hero gear, charms, see low or medium, if it helps. For further information, best packs. Are we gonna do that? Let's do simple right now, right? Myriad, Bazaar, monthly, great for FC and Hero Gear. I don't put them in order because I need to think more about it, right? But the fire crystal shard weekly card 2 11 troops unlocked in less than 12 months if purchased weekly. So that's an amazing one. Frosty Fortune, double rewards pack plus daily packs. That's a really good buy. Frost Dragon, Tyrant, €99 pack, so that's a big discount as well. Journey of Light, not Journey of Light, it's not recurring enough for Journey of Light. Mia's Fortune, actually. Mia's Fortune, daily €5 pack. See the to play well, and that could be like, for me, that's, you know, for €12 that's 3, 4, 5, 600 fire crystal every time. That's insane for fire crystal. That's really insane. So that will be basically, I think that the best source of fire crystal in the game, and nobody will tell you that because they don't agree with it, but if you play well, that's, I don't know anything better than Mia's 14, I think. I'm really not sure there is something better. Do you guys have any recurring pack that you think are great? That could be actually ultra value monthly card. It's really good to push. Just checking that one. I'll just put a few more and then I'll go. and I'll do crystal reactivation. It's not that good. Weekly benefit cards. Card design essence stones. That's likely the best. Intel, yeah. I mean, if you're a medium spender, that's okay. Intel monthly card is actually okay. That's a okay one. Rally's Fortune is not that good. Sign it and earn it, why not? I need to calculate how much it costs as well. At some point I need to do that. And then I'll do a few more. And you know, if you disagree or if you see good ones, I think like if you really care to safely progress your fire crystal with a fixed cost, yeah, would I buy? Would I buy that one? It's really not that good. It's not bad, but it's really not that good. But I'll put it, I might remove it. Fire crystal, weekly card. And I don't think there is any other good one. The pet one, I mean the weekly gear, but it looked like a lot. It's not that good, to be honest. Okay, if it's more if you are really like a, you know, close to the €1,000 per month, right, to really make you stronger. That speed up, you know, you could consider buying it maybe the first few weeks to really go to Furnace 30 and to get the ball rolling on a bit of research. That could be worth, you know, spending a tiny bit early days, but that's not gonna be a recurring thing. All of that is bad, and I would say the custom chest packs to unstuck yourself, progress faster. So I need to reward that, but I'll do that later. I need to go. But basically, these are amazing. Not the good example, but for pets, for me, like I could do so many pets upgrade, but I'm just missing serums and potions. I have the XP, I have everything. So from time to time, if you are, you know, medium spender, you could get a lot of stats and a lot of progression by just buying, you know, spending €100 on something like that. That's a lot of money, you know. But if you spend €500 a month or 1,000 a month, it's not gonna be big, and it's a good way to, because the game is making you, is blocking you because of 1 or 2 items when you need 4 or 5 to progress. So it's the same with the, you know, same right now with the charms for me, right? If you look at my charms, I'm really stuck. I got 8,000 of that and I'm liking that, and I need twice more of that. So I need save 16,000 of these to unstuck myself, more or less. So that, you know, if you buy a bit every day or every week, then you will basically progress so much faster than someone that do not spend anything, and you don't have to spend a lot. It's just like if you find 1 or 2 good packs and you buy charms regularly, then you will unstuck yourself, and over 4, 5, 6 months, you will find because these you get for free, so you don't need to buy any, you just need to buy that to unstuck yourself. So that's kind of how you use this chest, and that could really be super powerful. And if I had to start over with a budget of few €100 a month, if I consider doing like medium spender because of the channel, I'll totally do that a lot sooner to unstuck myself and to be a lot stronger compared to a free-to-play player, or or to be as strong as bigger spender than me, because they will spend not in a smart way, basically. But I think that's it, guys. I'll go for tonight. I'll do maybe some of that on Sunday. It might be not the most interesting stream, but again, you know, you can jump in, we can chat, you can come and go. That's really okay. It's a way for me to progress and to spend some time with you also. And you know, again, to give you some visibility, I'm really looking for feedback, because at the end of the day, I'm not doing that for myself. That's kind of already what I'm doing and what's in my head. Most of it at this point, you know, is for helping people, helping alliances, new players, helping your alliances. So you can basically copy paste some of it and share that with them, or share my Discord with them and stuff like that. So that's gonna be the focus. It's a long way to go, but it's all gonna be okay, all gonna be done at some point. And I really appreciate you being here, you watching, you asking questions. So thank you very much. Thank you for staying. I have been a bit more quiet at the end, but that's fair enough with the kind of content we do and, you know, all of that. So no biggies. Much love to you all. Good